you stand at the edge of a world that refuses to notice you. The winds of solitude whip around your shoulders, cold and unrelenting, yet within that emptiness, a strange clarity emerges. Imagine Musashi, a boy cast into the void of his own destiny. The world vast and indifferent, and yet he walks alone, unbroken, his spirit alert to the rhythm of silence. You know this feeling the world presses in with endless noise. Every screen, every voice, every demand clattering against the fragile temple of your mind. Yet in this quiet, in this absence of distraction, something vital stirs. Loneliness is no longer loss. It is the hammer shaping the steel of your soul. The dojo is empty, yet each step resonates like a bell tolling the truth you cannot hear anywhere else. The forest is still, yet within it you hear the murmur of your own becoming. You are learning the paradox, that in the absence of companionship, your spirit speaks the loudest, and the edge of mastery is first found in the sharpening of your own silence. The world will not pause for you. The question is whether you will pause for yourself. You walk alone, and the weight of solitude presses against your chest like armor that has grown too heavy to shrug off. Musashi wandered through towns and battlefields, dueling not only men but the emptiness around him, the indifference of a world that recognizes neither struggle nor effort. You, too, feel this. The endless chatter of the digital crowd, the illusion of connection, yet the hollow echo within your own mind mocks you. Loneliness becomes a mirror, reflecting the shadows you never allowed yourself to see. Every fear, every insecurity, every desire once buried in distraction rises to the surface, and in that reflection lies pain. Yet within this pain there is purpose. You are learning that resilience cannot exist where comfort persists. Solitude is a forge. The fires burn hotter when no one watches. Each moment of suffering is an anvil, each pang of longing a strike of the hammer, shaping your essence into something stronger, something unseen by the world, yet undeniable to yourself. You will carry this weight, and in doing so, you will carry yourself. In silence, strategy takes shape. Musashi's mind, sharpened in the void, moves with a precision that others cannot perceive. Every motion, every thought, every hesitation is dissected, analyzed, perfected in the stillness that surrounds him. You must understand this. The warrior is not the one who strikes first, but the one who masters the space between strikes, the space between breaths. In the shadows of your own doubts, you confront failure, ego, and the temptation to turn from discipline. Sharpening a sword in darkness is not easy. The edge will only cut if the grind is relentless. Your own mind is that blade. You sit in discomfort, in silence, where the world tells you to fill every moment with noise. Yet here you discover clarity. Here you find purpose that cannot be borrowed, cannot be sold, cannot be faked. Every thought honed, every decision deliberate, every silence sacred. This is the mind of the warrior, cultivated not in the applause of others, but in the still, solitary space where your own spirit speaks its truth. Fear is your shadow, your unseen opponent, ever circling, testing your resolve. Musashi faced not only men, but the relentless tide of his own apprehension, the storm that swirled within his chest when death was closer than comfort. You know this fear, the cold hand clutching at the edges of your soul when you stand alone, stripped of distraction, stripped of false courage. Yet it is here, in this storm, that transformation is forged. Each step into the unknown is a duel with yourself. Every tremor in your mind, every question of worth, every shadow of doubt becomes the arena in which power is claimed. The shadow warrior does not fight with weapons alone. He fights with resolve, with presence, with the quiet recognition that victory is not applause but mastery over what would have broken him. You must confront your fear, not escape it. It will not leave willingly. But when faced with courage born of solitude, fear dissolves into motion, into rhythm, into strength that cannot be borrowed. The void is not empty. It waits. It speaks in silence louder than any voice. Musashi's isolation was a teacher, one that demanded nothing but attention, that whispered truths in the absence of distraction. You feel this void every time you step away from the crowd, every time you resist the urge to drown your attention in noise. It is here that creation begins. Here, strategy emerges. Here, mastery becomes possible. The void is a blacksmith's furnace. The fire exists, not despite the emptiness, but because of it. Your discomfort, your impatience, your ache for company, these are the tools of the artisan, shaping your thoughts, tempering your spirit. Loneliness is no curse. It is the silent hand that carves wisdom from the chaos of your mind. You must sit with it, feel its weight, let it bend you, and then release you stronger than you arrived. This is the lesson of the void. It is the silence from which power is born, and yet, from this isolation, a figure rises. Musashi became more than a swordsman. He became a presence, a force not measured by numbers or accolades, but by the quiet authority of mastery itself. In your own life, this is possible. Strength that is earned in silence does not demand recognition. The world may remain blind, distracted by spectacle and sound, but you know the truth. Raw or subjected to fire and hammer becomes steel. So too does the warrior emerge from the fires of solitude. The world will attempt to seduce you back into noise, into distraction, into the comfort of mediocrity. Do not answer. The power you seek is forged here, unseen, uncelebrated, yet indelible. Loneliness is not a void to fear. It is the anvil upon which the edge of your life is sharpened. The lessons of Musashi are not confined to battlefields long past. They are alive in your choices, in the moments when you resist the pull of distraction, when you embrace the silence others avoid. Each moment alone is an opportunity to cultivate strategy, to confront ego, to plant seeds that will bear fruit unseen, yet inevitable. Society will pressure you toward the shallow, the loud, the visible. Do not succumb. True mastery is cultivated in the quiet, where reflection and action merge into clarity. Plant your seeds in barren soil, knowing the world may never witness your growth, yet it is happening nonetheless. Here, in intentional solitude, your purpose sharpens, your focus deepens, and your strength becomes your own. This is not a lesson to be admired from afar. It is a life to be lived. The echo of Musashi's sword remains, not in the clash of steel, but in the rhythm of discipline, in the quiet persistence of a warrior who walked alone. Loneliness carves the soul as rivers carve stone, patiently, inexorably, shaping contours no one else perceives. What could you become if you embraced the silence around you, if you allowed the void to teach instead of terrify? The empty dojo, the forest stripped of distraction, is not a place of despair. It is an arena, a sanctuary, a crucible where your own spirit is tested and revealed. Sit with this truth. Let it resonate in your chest. This is the legacy of the warrior, not in trophies, not in praise, but in the quiet mastery of oneself, in the understanding that solitude is not absence, but the presence of all that truly matters.